Good evening, and welcome to the Fall Award Program. I'm sorry it's so late in the year, but things happen. I'm sorry, I apologize for my attire tonight. I've been out and about and running. I got a game going on. I got to get back down there. So, Jennifer Rickson wanted to stay 20 minutes up here and talk, but I can't, so I'll have to do that here real quick. So, okay, first of all, let me introduce who's up here. Okay, some of you people new, you don't know them all. Mr. Bill Brown played volleyball down there. The invisible Diana Nice, wherever she went. Volleyball. Where'd she go? Kristen Burdett, cross country. Okay. Ed Cook, cross country. Answers to aggravation. Amy Starkville. Mark Petty is supposed to be in Michigan right now.
We love you, Mark.
And Dan Mullen, the golf. Isn't this nice over here? Okay, first of all, every fall banquet usually takes place in the cold weather, which is now. So I need to thank a few people that have helped me in the fall. Okay, so be patient with me for like 2 minutes. I'm out of here. All my concession people who came and helped during the games, I want to thank you guys for all that. That includes all you parents and all the parents who have children. Okay, Bonnie Jones, she's here for all her shield, the soccer people and all the concession people. So I'll stand up, Cheryl. Dennis Moses, if you're here, where you at? You here? Okay, he's helped concessions a whole lot. If you guys know Vicki and Dan Smart, anytime you see them, thank them because they set everything up down there. They spend thousands and thousands of hours and don't answer nothing in return, so just go to see them and thank them to get everything set up for everybody. And Tom Jackson, if you guys ever see Tom, thank him for what he does. He lines the soccer field, all you people that play soccer. And he does that for no cost whatsoever. They volunteer a lot of times. So you see Tom, thank him, praise him, give him $5 here and there, give him gas money or something. Okay. We're gonna do some things here first, then we're gonna break off to the places and get that done. I'm sorry, I'm rushing. I've got to get out of here and get back over there. I got to give one special award out. For 3 or 4 years now, we have a coach who for some reason has not been recognized in this region. I don't know why. She's been just a super coach. And this year she finally got recognized by her peers, which is what the one you want to get recognized by. Well, people don't understand what peers means, girls. That's people who coach, opposing coaches people. And finally, she got awarded Coach of the Year. So I had to present that plaque. Well, she wasn't at the awards program, which she's supposed to get it. I don't know where she was at. But anyway, Coach of the Year for the High School Girls Coach Association is Diana Nices. Okay, in case you hadn't read this, where we're going to break off tonight is Boys and Girls Cross Country going out of the library. If anything's spelled wrong, by the way, that's Danny Mullins typist. Golf staying in here, volleyball staying in here, and girls soccer is going to go to the cafeteria, okay? Boys soccer is going to present one award tonight, and then he's got to go somewhere. So we'll get this done, okay? We'll begin with boys soccer, okay? And I'll see you guys in the winter program and spring program, hopefully. I'm sorry I've got to run. I know you're going to miss me. I got to get home to my little baby girl. I now know what it's like to be a parent, by the way. It's a heck of a lot of fun. And don't sleep whatsoever. My hair's getting gray. I coached girls for 25 years, and how they get me paid, I haven't thought. I'm loving it. Thank you. Hopefully everything worked out. If any complaints, you guys let me know. Okay? Okay.
also like to thank Mr. Stringy, and I think we'll all give him a round of applause for the great work that he's doing. As you see by the agenda there, we have the coaches award instead of the most valuable player, most valuable runner, most valuable golfer, whatever. And this is kind of like the most valuable player on our team. It's just, this year I call it the coaches award for the guy that I'm giving it to. I think he's been in the program. Danny and I were just talking. I think we're the seniors of the staff up here. We've both been here 10 years now. And this kid has been here. Actually, I think he started when I was changing his diapers out on the soccer field a couple times with his younger brother here, unfortunately. But he's a good kid. He's played everything that I've asked him to play this year. All the positions on the field this year. Last year, he had some broken bones here and there. And that person is Johnny Hughes.
Cross country, we chose the Most Valuable Runner Award. Inheriting a team of a bunch of guys that collectively, the first time in 6 years, qualified for a state meet as a team. It was hard to pick this award. I went on dedication, involvement, participation, and just overall attitude. And the most valuable runner for the boys cross country team this year is Andy Moore.
Go, Andy.
For the girls cross country team, we also chose the most valuable runner award. We unfortunately weren't as lucky to go to state as Mr. Cook's team was. However, we did have a few qualify for state. This award was very difficult to choose also because we had some seniors who were great runners. We also had a junior who qualified for state, made it very difficult. However, the leadership and the attitude, the work ability gave Sasha Parker the most valuable.
I really mean that. I thank you for that. Being a first-year coach, you have to go through trials, you have to make decisions, and you're going to get yelled at, cried at, but at the same time, a lot of you at the same time is also giving me and Coach for that praise and thank yous. It's been a great season. Of course, I don't have anything written down to say, that way I can ramble. Past that written down, I have to stick to it. But I'm going to start off with the freshmen. To be honest with you, when we first started off coaching, I told Coach Best I want to coach the girls team. That's what I want to coach. And I know, I didn't give up on you guys. I don't know what it was. I guess it's because I've always been around coaches that coaches girls. My dad coaches girls track, girls cross country, because there's never been a boys track or cross country team. So I've always been right there helping Coach Grills. I guess I just felt more comfortable wanting to Coach Grills. And I tell you, this boys team, you know, they're a good boys team. That's all there is to it. You go to state as a team, collectively as a team, it says a lot. It says a lot right there. A lot of them was injured throughout the year. They stuck with it. Poor Adam. Jumping off the roof, breaking his ankle. And I think at one point we thought he had a stress fracture, right? So it was kind of hard for him. But he managed to do it. He still kept trying to run. You know, you got to give him all the credit for that. So my first tip goes out to Adam Wills. He also gets a letter and a cross-country pin and a bar. This next freshman, who also gets a letter, a cross-country pin and a bar, was probably one of the more consistent runners on the team. Especially as a freshman, he just has all kinds of talent, athletic ability. He's playing basketball right now. He's going to be a state champion cross country. I can almost, well, I guess he's not playing basketball. There he is. Everyone's carrying him up. But he's just a great runner. Always ran here second, third, fourth on his team. He had his days. He had his practices, but you can always tell when Jason was out there running, he always had this look on him like he was dying. He never looked like he was relaxed, but he always ran strong, ran hard, and seemed to progress and get better as the year went on. So, Jason, keep it. Now going to my juniors. I don't know what to say about this one. This one here is a character, but he's awful quiet about it. But he's awful good when his girlfriend's around. He's a machine. Jason Stein, he just, you couldn't wear him out. I could throw anything at him. He just said, like, this all you got, Coach? I can do this the best I had, put it on him, and we both tried on him, didn't we? You just couldn't wear him out. He's just a machine. So Jason Stein. What can I say about this? He's just as good looking as I am. He's my twin. Scooter's just always. It didn't matter. It didn't matter what was going to happen on the team, what was going to happen during the year. Scooter's just always seemed to be really positive. He couldn't wait to run at Boyd County. Then when he went and ran at Boyd County, he got thrown into a varsity meet because I think I was short runners that day for some reason. So he's also my little girl's boyfriend. So,
And brother, don't get it wrong.
And brother.
I got a complaint. Because Mr. Scringy told you giving complaints, it says Scott. That's my middle name. Nobody's ever called me Scott.
And my wife filled these out, and she did put Scooter more on there, didn't she?
Tell her I said thank you.
You're welcome.
Yeah, good. Never good.
This next athlete is kind of caught me by surprise beginning of the year. The team kept saying he wants to run, he wants to run. Well, Tatum came out and he can run. Tatum came out and he can run. And finally he came out and he kind of took it to heart. He's very much a competitor. He's a good athlete. And you can tell this he's a strong runner by, I guess, the soccer end. I don't know what it was about Dave, but he came on and ended up being my #1 runner. And just overall, it's just a good kid. He's dedicated to what he wants to do. He hates to lose. And he seemed to be really consistent throughout the year also. Dave? T-bones. All right, next junior. Well, it's not a lot. Can't really say anything bad about Mark.
I can.
He's the most dedicated. He tried his heart out. He just want everyone just to run as a team, to be a team at all times, no matter what the conditions was. Mark always seemed to have a positive attitude. He always be doubting himself. He didn't run good in practice or meet. And he's going to be next year is going to be his year. At the beginning of the year, Mark and I ran together, I think his first practice. And he was telling me this long, drawn-out story about how he's burnt out on running. So very quickly, I shared with Mark 3 occasions in my running career in high school and in college where I was kind of drained, didn't want to run. And I talked to Mark at the end of the regional meeting and said, Mark, can you hear that little conversation we had at the beginning of the year? He's like, yeah. I'm like, what do you think now? He's like, I'm glad you taught me out of not wanting to run. So Mark, come up here and get your
You guys are idiots. Sit on a chair.
On to the seniors. Probably this year is probably harder for the seniors just because of coaching change, things of that nature. Going to a new coach is really hard, especially if you're a senior. You're in any grade. But the seniors are used to, I think they went through 3 coaches, something like that. And so the way I can relate to them from me playing football in high school, when it came to my senior year, we had a new football coach. So there went the whole offense I worked with for 7 years down the drain. But they responded great. You know, you have 5 seniors. You hate to lose any of them. I really mean that. Just a great bunch of guys. Always had a good attitude, just like everyone on the team more or less did. First one here, he just seemed to get better as the year went on. I wish he had another year. He seemed to try hard. He came out there towards the last half of the season. What I can say about Jeff? Jeff's just a smart kid. He's very smart academically, and he showed good leadership out there. He always wanted to lead stretches, get the water cooler filled up, things like that. He's gonna be a good officer in the military. Come on, Jeff. Next runner, also a senior. Kind of had the first year poor, as I would say. When you're running for the first time in a long time, your body's just not used to some of the things you're going to do in practice, the long distance running, the hard workout. And he just seemed to have just those type of injuries throughout the year with his knees. But I'll tell you, Nick, if he had one more year, he'd be right there next year. I can almost guarantee that. He had good work ethic. He talks a lot of trash. He knows how to get out of practice. A lot of what can I say? He's just like me when I was his age. Nick May. What can you say about an athlete who's talented, both singing, has a great heart, a good, strong soul? Just, wow. You know, one way to describe Troy is just a Christian. That's all you can say about Troy. I don't want to embarrass him with saying that, but Troy always was just quiet. I think only on about 2 occasions did he come to us concerned about certain issues on the team. And so when Troy came to talk to you, you kind of knew that you had to sit there and listen because it was kind of legit. So I don't know what to say about Troy except that those long legs, that long stride, you can't beat that at all. Troy? Next runner came on in the middle of the year, his first year running. He didn't kind of go through the first year running blues, but he came on in at being at 2 meets, number 1 runner, and the rest of the meets, number 2 runner. should have been running for 6 years here at Simon Kenton. But he came out, probably because of his girlfriend, but he came out, he ran, helped the team out a lot. He actually got, everyone on the team just kind of picked up their pace in practices. They started running more, started racing, and just wanted to improve each day. And Chris has had a way of doing that. And it's like Troy, Chris is just an overall good fellow, good heart, good work ethic. Chris. Last but not least, I'll say the best for last, right, Andy? My mom told me that there's one person on the team that reminds me more of myself. It's Andy. Just because of his personality, he's outgoing. He's just always into something. Always. I mean that in a positive way. At the beginning of the year, Andy was just, every meet you count on Andy telling you what everyone should run, because he knew cross country. He knew what the courses were like. He actually had a lot of good insight on what part of the courses runners had trouble with the year before. And you can't say much about Andy, just an overall great guy, Andy Moore. I'm going to leave the floor to Coach Burdett.
Just to say something about Coach Cook and his team. He mistaken when he said it was Mark's first practice when they were running together. It was Coach's first practice when they were running together. If I remember correctly, we started off the year together, with me and those guys. It was really a unique situation simply because I had never coached cross country. First year at Simon Kenton, middle of July, found out I had the job 2 days before, and here we go. And so it was an interesting experience. As he was talking about how he wanted to give the guys up and take the girls, I was saying, well, I'll take those guys, because those guys worked hard. And they worked hard and it paid off for them this year. I was real proud of them. I always told the guys right before Mr. Cook got here, said, I didn't even know him. I said, well, guys, I said, afraid what's going to happen here is I'm going to end up being the mom, and Daddy's going to come along. Because he told me he wanted them to do all these really hard practices from the beginning, and I said, oh, we couldn't possibly do that. And so I told those kids for 2 weeks, okay, let's do this. And I was trying to be real easy on them. I told them Dad was going to come along and wear them out. And I think that's kind of what happened. And then it ended up that I was the mom with a whole bunch of kids, because Ed is so much like a kid himself. Had a lot of fun with the kids. So it ended up being kind of an interesting situation. But anyway, congratulations to the guys for going to state. They worked hard. They really deserved it. They were great guys to have in practice. Their attitudes were wonderful. But anyway, on to my girls. Kind of got a small crew there tonight. It shouldn't take too long. Actually, first person that we want to talk about, I guess we'll start like Mr. Cook did and go from the bottom up as far as classes go. Mr. Eldridge and I were very good friends in college, and he told me before we even started the season when I was talking to him on the phone, what a great team I was going to be inheriting with these girls. And he pointed out two people in particular. And one of the persons I should say that he pointed out was Laura Beth Higgins. And I guess at the time, over the summer, he hadn't known that she grew, I guess, what, 4 inches? Something ridiculous like that. I'd love to have seen her last year. All I've known her as is these daddy long legs. So this year was an adjustment for Laura Beth. I guess she grew a lot. Had time getting into her body there, but she turned out to be fantastic by the end of the year, qualifying for state. Worked really hard. So I'm very proud of Laura Beth. Come on, Mr. And my girls are getting letters because they've been here for so long. They all have all this experience under their belt. I guess we'll just go on to the seniors since we don't have any of our underclassmen here this evening. The next girl really had a misfortune happening. She was coming on so strong at the end of the season. She was improving so much. She went from our number 5 runner up to our number 3 runner, working hard in practice, just busting her tail. And then all of a sudden, I think it ended up being a stress fracture in her knee, shin. leg, something horrible. And all of a sudden, she had to slow back down again. But she was really coming on there strong. And towards the end of the season, even though it was in a lot of pain, continued to run, couldn't get her to quit. She'd say, Coach, those hills are killing me today. I'd say, well, go run around the parking lot, at least it's flat. So even in pain, she tried her hardest, worked her best, and came out successful. That's Kristen's day. Now, if I stand up here and go on and on about this next one, all we're going to see is a big old river coming from her eyes. What can you say about Sasha? I mean, everybody ought to have a Sasha on their team. Talk about the mother. I thought I was the mother. Then there's Sasha. She takes care of all of us. Sweetest thing in the world. Just naive. Oh my goodness. You can fool with Sasha all you want. She believes you anything you say. Say, Sasha, Sasha, we're going to run 20 miles today. Are you serious? No, Sasha, we're not being serious. She's a lot of fun to have around. I know she's going to miss this sport. I know this has been what she has wanted to do and worked very hard at for a long time. And this is her sport. And hopefully she goes on to run in college and continue. I know she comes from a long line of runners. And we appreciate everything Sasha did for the position. Come on up, Sasha. All the way. In addition, I also had, Mr. Scrooge gave me this. I wasn't sure, he didn't really fill me in on many of the details, but, excuse me, I guess some of the coaches voted for a 9th Region All-Star team, and we had 3 runners who were nominated to that team. They don't know this yet, but I'm aware of. One of them, actually, funny, the 3 that are here this evening, Sasha, Kristen, and Laura Beth, all got nominated for the 9th Region. And then we have to pick 2 awards. Mr. Scringy gives us the choice of 3 awards, and we get to pick whatever we want. But then they tell you, well, you have to have the most valuable runner in the auditorium, so I guess that's pretty much stuck with that one award. The other 2 awards that I chose to give out, and I think Mr. Cook chose the same too, were the most improved and the most dedicated runners. And that's the hardest part of being a coach, is having to come up with the awards. There's so many different things you can consider. The most improved award, though, after giving it a lot of thought, I've already kind of touched on it. I have a runner this year who, again, started off the beginning of the year running the end of the pack and come on strong towards the end and really improved her stride, really improved her time, came up and was running 3rd on the team until she got hurt. And so our most improved runner this year goes to Kristen. The other award, the most dedicated award, that was hard between 2 different people that I had to choose from, but what it boiled down to at the end was we had a runner on the team this year who was there every day. Don't think I ever once heard anything negative come out of this girl's mouth. Always positive, always there, always running. Ended up getting hurt, getting a tendonitis, I guess it was, in her hip. Ended up having to go to the doctor, and through it all, he'd have to tell her, quit running, stop running, the doctor won't let you run. And she'd be wanting to keep going and keep going. And I know there were several days when she was really hurting, going up one run like them, and yet she'd keep trucking on downhill. And so this year's most dedicated runner goes to Melissa Schwartz, who's not here this evening. I'm sure we have somebody here that'll take it to her. I'm going to take it to her.
Again, picking, I went with the same 2 awards, the most dedicated and most improved. Trying to pick from 11 guys who threw it all, as a team, pushed each other in practices, and as a team collectively, make the state. It's really hard to pick these 2 awards. The most improved award goes to a young man who I guess has run for 6 years on the team. He, from my understanding, has knocked off, probably from last year, almost 3 minutes off his time. And from running, that's a lot. That's a lot. So I guess you could say that his senior year he peaked, and he was just a good leader. And that goes to Jeff Eager. Most dedicated. Again, how can you pick this award? Don't ask me how I did it. I just did. It goes to a young man who's run for 5 years on the team, and just always never had really anything negative to say as far as what I could hear. I mean, he might have been cussing me out when he's out there running the hills and stuff, but he never would say anything negative around me. He always wanted people to have a positive attitude, to keep going, to suck it up and go. And not very much you can say about this young man, except for the most dedicated goes to Mark Janey.
6 years, Coach.
I'd like to thank you, seniors. Each one of you can go on and run in college. No matter how fast you run, all you got to do is show up. The coach will take care of you, and you'll find that you can run a whole lot faster there than what you can in high school. You still haven't peaked yet as far as running. Juniors and sophomores and freshmen, I hope I'm around next year, teaching and coaching you all again. My goal next year, if I'm coaching, is to take the team to state. And I'm sure that you parents will educate me in a different way next year, as you did this year. But that's all right. Now I'm dealing with 7th and 8th grade parents, and they're really vicious people. So they helped me out though. They just as much last night as I did, except they gave me the technical and not the parents. So I have to go on. But it was a great enjoyment dealing with you parents, working with you. A lot of y'all opened your homes up to us, fed the team. I appreciate that. You went with us on road trips, and you helped as far as staying in motels and things of that nature. As far as building our tent, Mr. Higger, building our tent on those cold days. Without parents, you cannot have a successful cross-country team, and that showed with both the boys and the girls team this year. I personally thank you. I know Coach Burdett personally thanks you, and we're looking forward to another exciting and state-bound season next year. Thank you. Yes, Peter.
Can we have emergency hatches next year?
Mr. Moore, you want to answer?
I'll talk to him later.
He just doesn't want to say yes.
Would like to show him your license, your new one?
I'm looking drunken.
All right, that's all we have. Thank you. Good luck the rest of the school.